Hello and welcome. This is Best Foot Forward Shoes, the podcast. My name is Harrison Cable. Today we are joined by Emmanuel Gueverra, all the way from Sydney. He is 1 hour ahead of us, both physically and metaphorically. I'm currently in Brisbane, so daylight savings, etc., etc. Thank you so much for jumping onto this podcast again. I really appreciate it. We're going to chat about some sneakers that you picked up. We're going to chat about some more sneaker news that's been happening and some upcoming releases. But first of all, how are you doing? How's your life? How's your work, your kids, and everything?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, is thank you for having me back on. As I was saying, I must have done something right the first time, but it is a privilege to be on the pod and just to support you in your venture and stuff. And yeah, look, family life has been awesome. Work life is just hectic. When the school term is on, it's just really, really busy. But yeah, trying to keep my head above water and really count down the days, until the end of the school year. So yeah.
Nice. Your school year, yeah, it can't come soon enough, I suppose. There's definitely that time of year where you're kind of in the last quarter, so to speak, of the kind of game of 2024, and it feels like we are slowly counting down. I know I've got a holiday coming up, going to the Philippines, so super excited about that. Manila,
Nice.
Cebu, Palawan, I'm pretty sure, a few other places, but yeah, going to be sightseeing my first time to the Philippines. So I'm sure you've got some advice with your, Filipino knowledge of the whole country, basically. You could give
Mate, it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time. So we're actually heading off to the Philippines as well this December. So straight after school holidays, going to take the kids to the Philippines for the first time. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Nice. It's there's definitely going to be lots to see. Super excited. Hopefully going to, see all the sights and eat as much food as possible. But yeah, it's going to be a big couple of weeks before we go. So it's kind of getting to that point of the year, isn't it? It's getting very hot here in Brisbane. I can tell you that. I am super sweaty today. Had to do some work, and yeah, how's it going in Sydney down there?
Oh, the weather's a bit like, it's a little temperamental. Hey, like one day we'll get cold weather, then it's hot, and then it's nothing like Melbourne where you're getting the 4 seasons, but it's all over the place at the moment.
Nice. Well, I hope that you can bring some of that nice weather here, because it's like stinking and ridiculous. So hopefully we can get some nicer, like we got some rain the other day. So hopefully that cools everything down. But yeah, Brisbane obviously gets super hot, super humid. Not loving it, but it kind of gives us a chance to wear some different kind of sneakers, so to speak. Usually in winter we're wearing, Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, the kind of leather sneakers, and now I guess it's mesh runner season. You can kind of jump out and throw on some new silhouettes, which, speaking of, you have got a brand new silhouette from Whole Studios, Highs and Lows. They have collaborated with ASICS, and you wanted to have basically a show and tell of these latest. They the Gel Cayano 20s with the Velcro. Yeah.
Big fan of these. Hey, look, I know a lot of people not so much like hating on it in a sense, just because of the Velcro. I know it's not everybody's style. I like different. I'm getting old. My fingers are getting fat, so trying to fiddle around and bend over, trying to do my laces is it's a bit of a challenge. But I do love these, just the color scheme, the colorway itself, and the hits of red and yellow, as you can see, kind of Cyclops kind of esque in a sense. But yeah, so comfortable. Hey, and yeah, big fan of these. So I'm looking forward to the black and white ones coming up. So very lucky to get those, get an EA early access, and was able to order my pair. So can't wait. But yeah, a nice pair to just slip on, especially in days, summer days, right? So yeah.
Nice. The black and white pair is something that was a Hong Kong exclusive, I'm pretty sure, like last week, and then they're doing a bit more of a worldwide release. I think a couple of days from now, recording this on the 12th, so a little bit of a wait, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they get received. I kind of like the black and white one better, but it's just I think it's the Velcro for me that just kind of sells it. Like I enjoy cool looking new sneakers, like when you lace them up or Velcro them up, do you have to tighten them pretty hard, or is it like just basically true to size kind of feel?
Kind of true to size fit. Hey, like I said, it's really up to you. How if you want it to be nice and snug, then you can, or otherwise you can just let it kind of out of the box kind of feel without taking the Velcro off too much. Like it's pretty good. It's a nice fit.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the black and white ones, I think more people will I guess dip their toes in there because of the colorway itself. It's a safe one. But yeah.
Have you been picking up anything else recently that you've wanted to grab for a while?
Yeah, look, I missed out on the Kith Marvel villains pack. And you know, one of the guys from the Sneakerheads AU FB group, Sammy, one of the admins, he had a pair. He liked them, but he told me that he probably won't wear them. So he retail assisted me. Hey, so he's a champion for that. And I got him here, the Magneto pair.
Yeah, wow. Magneto.
And it's the pair that I actually wanted from the pack. Yeah. Just because I've got the Cyclops from the X-Men pack a year ago. I just wanted to pair it with the Magneto being the arch nemesis of X-Men and so on. But yeah, like the packaging again, it's just again, it's amazing, right? So not a blind box this time. But yeah, but it's awesome. And the comic is in there too. Wow. And yeah, the comic that I got was just, I was even surprised by the rarity of the comic that was in there. So shout out to Sammy for allowing me to get that into the collection. But yeah, at the same time, I helped him out with a few things too. So real appreciative of that. And also today, the Concepts Cannoli Piano 14 came in. Yeah, they're beautiful, man. Like they're really nice. I hope that you can actually see that. But yeah, so you've got the white mesh and then hits of cream and the whole like lime green and red, and like my daughter saw the bottom, and that's her favorite part of it, and it kind of reminds me of the old school toffee apple lollies. So yeah, can't wait to get that on feet. So yeah, 3 ASICs in the span of a couple of weeks. So yeah, big fan.
Wow. Well, I think we know like what's one of your favorite sneaker brands in the last few weeks and months. I really like the Venom colorway that they had of that villain pack. I can't really a lot of the times bring myself to buy from Kith because it's just like it's just super expensive with the shipping sometimes, and I don't know. I enjoy like louder colors. I know those Venom, the villains pack is pretty colorful, but a lot of their colors they're usually known for more toned down, and I'm trying to get a little bit more of a kind of a vibrant kind of color scheme perhaps with my shoes. But I mean, if I found a Kith pair for the right price of maybe like one of those 990 V4s, I'd snap that up pretty nice. So no, it's going to be interesting to see what else ASICS is bringing out, because they have definitely been one of the hottest brands of 2024. See what they do in 2025, whether they're kind of mesh runner sneakers are kind of going to stay in the news. I heard someone the other day say that the reason why they think that the ASICS wave is going to continue, and the Kayano 14 and the Kayano 20, they think it's going to continue because it's rooted in a performance. It has a history to it, whereas shoes such as say Yeezys or like Adidas NMDs, they just came out from nowhere and they didn't have any sort of precursor history. Like Jordan 1s are timeless because they're basketball shoes. They have a iconic name attached to them, and it's interesting to see that. And I agree that ASICS will continue to be growing because they have that performance-based kind of background. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just think, like, for me, when I was at university, I was working for Rebel Sports. So during that time, I mean, this was like 2003 all the way to 2007. So during that time, a lot of these sneakers are all coming out, right? The Kayano range. And I remember, and I still run in the Kayano range as well. So for me, seeing these come out and kind of, I don't know, re-releasing or retroing in a sense, makes me feel very, very old. But I do love it. I do agree with the fact that there's a lot of history in it. I'm not saying that other brands don't have that history, but that in its sense, like, I don't know. I think they're just doing just an awesome job. And I'm still a big fan of like the Gel Light 3s and Gel Light 5s. And they were pretty big last year as well. And I don't know. I just, yeah. I think I've got a soft spot for Asics.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I definitely do too. I didn't, I haven't picked up any recently, but obviously I will, going to be in the next few weeks. Some of my latest pickups, I suppose we're going to have a chat about these later on, but the
Yep.
ASAP Rocky and Puma Inhale in this, like, look at the, you showed the sole of the cannolis. That kind of reminds me a little bit of that, doesn't it? That kind of radiant feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully going to be putting out a review on these and kind of showing off that kind of color, which is interesting. They put the color on the sole instead of the colors on the top, which is, you know, what brands usually do. But yeah, they feel really nice. They're neoprene, so it's kind of a weird feel on your foot. It's a bit different. It's very hot. It's like a wetsuit.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's a bit hot. It has that, you know, pre-distressed look. It literally looks like it's, you know, already got dirt on it, which is interesting. It's interesting look, but I think it goes with the vibe of what they're kind of going for. We'll chat about them in a little while. The other one I picked up was the Salehi Bembury 530 from New Balance. I did put in a different pair of laces, so they usually come with the all green kind of fluoro, whatever color you want to call it. That is basically all around the shoe. It was just seemed a bit same for me, so I actually grabbed these from, you know, another pair of shoes. I've got like 100 pairs of laces just sitting around. And I was just like, you know what, this kind of blue kind of doesn't really appear on the shoe, but I think it would work. That blue, it's, you know, you got the purple sole with the green and the New Balance logo there, and no, they're very nice. They're actually it's my first pair of 530s, and they're a lot more comfortable than I kind of thought they'd be. I thought they'd be a bit flimsy and light, but they're actually fairly well constructed compared to, obviously not as big as like a 1906R, because it doesn't have that like gel pods in the back. It's got the absorb sole, so it's pretty nice. It's well constructed. Need to put some.
What do you think of the were they as vibrant or as bright as you thought at that? No,
looking like they're definitely not as loud. Like there's definitely been some photo editing done. And these first photos that came out were like far out there, like lime green, fluoro green. They're more of a almost like a, it's hard to describe, but it's just off fluoro. It's not fluoro, it's just off it. So no, I think they'll go well, and they're definitely a perfect like summer shoe, like light, breathable, loud. Like that's going to be a summer shoe for sure. The other one,
that purple sole is my favorite part of the shoe. I love that. I think that's awesome. So I can't wait for my pair to arrive, but it looked real good.
It's definitely, it's a very, very nice purple they got. I kind of wish the purple was a little bit more on the top of the shoe, to be honest. Maybe like a purple stripe here or something, like one of these. One of these suede panels is purple. Yeah. But anyway, you'll get an appreciation for them. Yeah, but they're definitely nice. Not deserving of as much hate as a lot of people were giving them, to be honest.
True.
The other pair that I got, which I haven't actually got in hand, which is really annoying, was the Amine 740s, the Club Bananas. Actually, to be honest, I got them twice. I got them in 2 raffles because I got them like last Saturday, and then I forgot to exit the Up There store raffle.
Oh no!
I was like, like, you know, it is what it is. So I'll probably, like Sammy did for you with those Asics shoes, I'll probably try and, you know, retail assist someone if they're after a size 9, you know, if they want a pair like that, like for sure. Definitely all about that. So excited to get those, the blue and the orange. I'll put a photo up for people who don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, excited to see those ones. It's a new silhouette again that I haven't gotten a 740 before, and Amine, great collaboration. I love his stuff. But yeah, lots of stuff happening. There's fair few amount of releases, and you know, we're in the time and season where the top 10 lists start to get formed, and I think this is kind of the cutoff for people. You know what I mean? This is like the last moment where you can kind of get a shoe and kind of think about it and wear it for a bit, and then put it in that list. So I feel like anything coming after this is kind of a little bit of an afterthought. It might get pushed, you know, out of the way, just because everyone's kind of set in stone with their any sort of lists. You know, I'm talking like your Complex, your Hype Beast type of websites that do that. So no, it's interesting. So let's dive into some of the upcoming releases and some of the news that we've been seeing. So first one I want to have a chat about is the Ma Maniere Jordan 3 that was released, but wasn't released. Some images were released that I was incredibly surprised to see. I was not expecting any sort of Ma Maniere Jordan 3 collaboration,
Mm.
especially while they're still rolling out this While You Were Sleeping pack, which,
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
it's interesting as to why they're jumping on this so quickly. But yeah, they've gone away from the kind of burgundy. They've put in like very nice navy blue. The Jordan 3 that came out a couple years ago is probably their most popular shoe at this point. I would probably say. I think these Jordan 4s that, you know, released this year are definitely up there. But give me your thoughts on, first of all, this colorway and like, how are we seeing these shoes and are they even real? is my
Yeah, look,
first question.
I'm excited. Like, if they are real, like, I'd love to get a pair in the collection. I love the
Yeah.
color. I love
Yeah.
the combination of it. I love that it's different. It kind of reminds me of the fives that released not long ago. But yeah, I'm a big fan of threes. I have a lot of threes in the collection. In fact, majority of my Jordans, I've kind of just kept most of my threes and let go of a lot of the rest. But yeah, look, if there's a chance, I'll definitely try and grab a pair. I like it. It just looks real. It looks real clean.
Yeah. It definitely does look very clean, and I think with the, you know, the little details that Ma Maniere always put in, it's going to, you know, elevate things. Like, you know, you can, I guess you can chat about your fours. I recently got my fours as well, and perhaps I could save that for another podcast. But I was a little bit disappointed because I got the you know, the purple, the burgundy cloth that comes with them. They kind of, I suppose,
Mm,
leaked. Mine took close to 5 weeks to get here, and I was like already annoyed about that. And then they rocked up, and they've got these stains on the cage. And so yeah, I don't know if I want to go through the trouble of having to send them back. I might, but yeah, again, Maniere are a bit slow with their shipping. But yeah,
yeah,
these little tiny details that they put in are definitely awesome, and I'm excited to, if they are real. Like, there's so many shoes out there. Like, you saw those, like there was like a Travis Scott pink. I don't know
yeah,
if you saw
yeah,
those images. They were
yeah,
like, oh, they're coming, they're pink, and then
yeah.
nothing. So
Nothing.
I don't
Yeah.
really, I don't know what's going to happen here. What are your thoughts on, you know, I think the While You're Sleeping pair still needs a bit of time to breathe. I don't
Yeah.
know if rolling them out this quickly is a good idea. What do you think about that?
I just think, look, I just think yeah, they don't miss. So
Yeah.
while the you know, strike the eye, was it strike the iron while it's hot kind of thing?
Yeah, strike the iron.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
go for it. Yeah, I think go for it because, you know, there's a huge fan base for him,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, a lot of collectors, the sneaker collectors, are
Yeah.
completists. So
Mm.
man, like, if they've got all the
Good
other
word.
ones, they're definitely gonna go for this.
Yeah.
But I'm hanging out for those Air Force Ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they do release them, or we've got a chance to grab them here in Australia. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of those. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think they yeah, I think they're gonna be. It's gonna be successful. That 3 is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be successful if it is real, if it is
Mm-hmm.
come out, if it does come out. Sorry, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people are still kind of not sold on the. I know we're gonna talk about this later on, but the BC3s that are coming out this year, or was it early next year?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, nice. I'm thinking about those 95s as well, the Air Max 95s. I think next year might be a big Air Max 95 year for me. I feel like I've seen a lot of people have the unearthed pair that got released
mm,
that didn't get released in Australia. I was like, damn, that would have been sick to get, because they're basically like the kind of the precursor to those Armor Maniere pairs. So I'm
right, yeah,
excited to, you know, see where some of the prices of those land and see if I could pick those up secondhand, because I definitely didn't get a chance to get them for retail because they were snapped up like pretty much instantly, as you would
yeah,
expect. The next shoe, as I kind of showed before, was the, I'm just going to grab them again for a little bit of context.
mm,
ASAP Rocky was a little bit of a, you know, he's been in the sneaker game for a while, but he's kind of been not MIA, but he's been quiet for a while. And then all of a sudden he's come in with this, you know, there was like the Mostro. It's like a 3D printed shoe, which is super, super weird looking, but
yeah,
you know, it's crazy. And then he's got all these colorways of the Puma Inhale. You've got this one here, which is the green and like black and red colors, and then
Mm-hmm.
the one that I showed before, which
Yeah.
was the white and blue. And I'm just really excited to see someone trying something fresh and something new. Like the apparel collection that they had was kind of all centered around motorcycles, jackets.
Mm-hmm.
There was even like a balaclava in there, like a hooded balaclava, which
Yeah.
was pretty wild. Hate to think what people are going to be doing when they're, wearing that stuff. But yeah, I was excited to see what he's doing with this brand, and that's the reason why I got them, just to kind of check them out. Does any of these kind of ASAP Rocky, Puma stuff kind of interest you, or are you kind of staying away from it?
Well, I'd love to see him in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I know it's not something that I would normally go for. But I love the fact, as you were saying, that he's trying something different.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting himself out there, and he's got a fan base, so definitely, they'll be successful in a sense.
Yeah,
But I don't know, the right colorway. I think for me, I'll give it a crack.
yeah, yeah. The black and green one, not really my favorite. I mean, hence why I actually got this one, because
Yeah.
just like that. So I really do enjoy this one, which is, a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's loud, but I also wouldn't say it's quiet. It kind of fits that medium, kind of in the middle type of range, if you know what I mean. It's exciting to see the distressed look, as I said before, and when I talked about them, not my favorite, but I think it looks pretty cool, and hopefully I'll be chucking up a review on them pretty soon. I'm keen to see what other people think about them, because like they only just released. I'm keen to see what other people are thinking about them. But like you can see on the image there, he's all about the motorcycles. He's all about the kind of, don't even know what the kind of motor culture kind of
Yeah.
look. He's doing exciting things, as well as he's doing it with Rihanna, obviously his wife. She's got her own Puma line, so it's kind of keeping it all in the family, which is really nice to see. So next topic I want to have a little chat about was something that didn't happen in Australia, but it was kind of in the same vein as what ASAP Rocky did, with releasing a collection of clothes as well as shoes. So Corteiz in London, they released these kind of gray shoes with a gray hoodie and a gray track pants and a gray sweatshirt and all this gray. And I was just thinking, wow, this looks pretty cool. I wish that they would have released in Australia. The shoes that they released were the Air Hirachi Air Trainer, I believe that's what they're called. Very cool, open paneling, very they got some green hits on the side there. They're not exactly high tops. I'd probably call them mids. But this release was obviously international, didn't come to Australia. But I'm excited to see if it did come to Australia. I might try and pick these ones up. What are your thoughts on just generally the kind of apparel releasing with footwear at the same time, to kind of build a story and build a brand, so to speak, around a release?
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that idea, because there's a number of people that, when they're putting that fit together, they'd love to have something that'll just match and flow in styling what they're wearing, right? So I kind of remember the kind of the Jordan releases with, oh man, I just lost the collection, but there was a capsule where they had the orange hoodies and went with the orange shoe, and it's awesome. But at the same time, though, it's obviously going to hit a certain customer base, I should say. But I do love the shoe. Hey, I love the Hirachi. One of my favorite ones are the old school Nike Air Flight Hirachis from like 2013, and I'm still trying to find a pair for like a good price. It's the Fab Five collab, so it's a crazy shoe. But I do love the Hirachi, because looking at that, it reminds me of like a Jordan 6, Jordan 7. And the midsole looks very comfortable already. But I do like that all gray with the hits of bright color. I think it's awesome.
The all gray is gray, definitely one of my favorites. And it's not very light gray. It's a bit of a in between, kind of a dark gray and a light. It's almost, I call it what I'd call it would be like a smoke gray, would probably be a good word for it, is in my opinion. Corteiz, obviously incredibly influential with Nike, got the Air Max 95s, probably their most popular shoe. They're going to be releasing a few more. I heard there's a couple more of those colorways.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's actually going to happen. But Corteiz is, a staple in the Nike collaboration sphere, and I think this is definitely another win. The little mesh cage that you can kind of see there as well. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen them, the Travis Scott Sharkadons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, is that kind of, is that which came first, this one or the Sharkadon is my thought. Like, did they kind of steal from each other? Have they been chatting? Those are very, very nice. So I'm excited to see, those. I haven't actually seen anyone have them besides obviously the leaked images that not the leaked, but the official release images that we just saw there. Yeah. So those are definitely one that I'm excited to see. Speaking of ones that I'm excited to see is the Jordan Fear 4s. Now, have you seen any of these? I've seen some new releases. I've seen some new videos of people releasing these and reviewing them. What are your thoughts on these little joints here?
Oh man, I need them. I missed out in 2013.
Yeah.
I missed out on the Fear 3s as well. So I'm happy to get the Fear 3s in the collection. And these are the ones that I wanted in 2013. And the thing was that was when I was kind of starting up my collection, right? And I had no clue where people were getting these pairs. So I had no chance at all. I was just like trying to search online and stuff. So now that they're coming back out, oh man, I'd love to get a pair because I know I'm just going to wear them a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Wu-Tang Dunks, I suppose. I guess the Wu-Tang Dunks had a bit of a better and higher level of stardom, but like the whole kind of fear, overcoming your fears, like the tag on the insole is like, I fear what I won't become, but you fear what I will become type of thing is definitely super cool. I'm probably misquoting that, but it's super cool. And it kind of plays off that mentality that Michael Jordan had, being one of the best basketball players of all time, and kind of this whole, Jordan 4s being super hot right now, super popular. I really love the speckled midsole. If you can see that there, the speckled midsole is super cool. It looks like it's, stars on a really pitch black night. It looks so cool. And the gradient of the light gray to the darkish black, it's super nice. It kind of reminds me of like an Air Max 95, like we're just talking about.
Yeah.
Feels like that. And seeing how the Fear 3s were last year, they basically tanked. I think I saw them going on sale, to be honest, at an outlet. And then I think this is the perfect timing because 4s are super popular.
Yeah.
This is the right time to do it. And as I said before, this is probably going to get onto people's best sneaker of the year list because it's coming out just at the right time, like just before it finished. It kind of cements in people's minds. So I'm definitely super excited to get these ones.
Yeah.
Another one that we're going to have a little look at here is the Jordan 11 Legend. Now, I don't know if you saw any of the promotional material for this one, E-Man. There's definitely some videos going around of people, like Nike advertisement, having people lining up for the shoe. And I've seen some commentary being like, that is not what lineups look like. That is far too orderly. There's too many women there. Like, I understand what they're trying to go for here, but the typical crowd that you would see at a lineup for those sort of shoes is definitely very male dominated.
Yeah,
it's probably a bit more aggressive than those people just sitting nicely with a little barbecue and chatting. And with this pair, the Jordan 11, I believe this was only ever worn once by Michael Jordan, so it was incredibly sought after back in the day, and now also re-release. It's pretty insane as to how much hype is going to be around this shoe. What are your thoughts around this one, colorway wise, release wise, ads wise?
It's a Jordan 11. There's always hype around a Jordan 11. It's a legend blue, or can we call it a legend blue? I don't know what they coin it these days, but the 2013 release was the first time that I got my wife to join a Foot Locker raffle, and she won the pair. She loved it so much that she got herself a pair as well. So we've still got our pairs from 2013. So I'm not too worried about. I don't need to snap these up. I still have my 2013 pairs. I do love them, and I think they're going to go yeah, I think they're going to sell out, and I think the hype is real for these ones, just because again, a Jordan 11 in that colorway, in that white with the hits of black and that blue, will just go with a lot of fits. So yeah, I think these are just going to do really, really well.
This might be my first 11. So I
Yeah,
don't have any 11s, but I think that this might be my first because I do love that baby blue, that very light, that really, really nice. Oh, it just looks, it looks great. Like it looks awesome, and it's literally a work of art. And
you're
light
gonna have
blue.
to get the missus a pair as well.
Say that again. Sorry.
You're gonna have to get the missus a pair as well.
Well, luckily she's not as big into sneakers as I am. I did get her recently a couple of pairs of Adidas, like low tops, like Sambas. So she's happy with those. The high tops are definitely not her jam. So maybe a Jordan 11. There's some nice colorways of Jordan 11 lows I could have gotten her. But I think she'll be happy if I just get. Well, I don't know if she'll be happy if I get them, but she'll be happy not having them, so to speak. So more Jordan talk, of course. They dominate most of this time of year. They have some of the hottest releases, and another legend, so to speak, is coming. The Jordan 3, the black cement. It is coming in a full size, as you can see here on this picture. It is coming in all sizes: juniors, grade school, baby. It's going to come in every size you can think of. Much like the Jordan 4 Fears, it's going to come in every size as well. So you got your kids covered there. I'm gonna have to stop myself when I have kids, not buying little kids shoes.
Good luck.
But yeah, first of all, what do you think about this colorway? What do you think about the release? And are you gonna have a go at getting them, or are you pretty happy just letting them pass?
All right, so bit of history. Like the black cement 3s have been my absolute favorite Jordan pairs. And that was kind of the first pair that I wanted when I started my collection. And I was lucky enough to get the 2011 pair. Sadly, that pair's moved on. There's sole separation, a little bit of crumbling as well with the air bubble and stuff. But then I got the 2017, I believe, 2018 pair. And the kids have their pairs too. Wife's got a pair as well. But yeah, so a full size run here at my place with the BC3s, and it's the one pair that I recommend to my students when they're asking me what's one pair of Jordans I should get in the collection. I said, if you've got the money and you find your size at a good price, go get the black cement 3s. And I've kind of labeled them as the Louis Vuitton of sneakers, just because they just go with everything. Hey, so I love them. I'm gonna go for them. I'll try and get, I don't know, 2 pairs. And I know people are hating on the elephant print on there, but you know what? Who cares? I'm going to wear mine. I'm going to love it. If I have to, I'll get some Angelus paint pens and just, trace the outlines if I have to. But yeah, I love them.
When I think of Jordan shoes, it's one of the first ones that I think of. Like it's the bread ones you think of. Like military 4s, you think of these, and it's kind of the first ones that come to mind. And that classic black leather, the red hits on the logo, it looks so nice. And it's a Jordan 3, which Jordan 3s are my favorite silhouette. They're the most comfortable for my foot. I don't know why, just the 3s just fit my feet really nice. I don't have a crazy wide foot or anything. I'm not bashing Jordan 1s. I just like Jordan 3s, like the way they feel. So yeah, these are definitely going to be going. I'm going to definitely be going for them. I'm not 100% sure on the release date for Australia. We often have, different release dates here and there compared to America and the UK, but they'll be pretty soon, I think in a couple of weeks. And I'm definitely going to be going for them because they're going to be on the Nike website and multiple other retailers as well.
They'll be everywhere. It's going to be great.
Yeah. We're going to be seeing them a lot.
Yeah.
Moving over to another brand, the Three Stripes, Adidas. We have their latest collaboration with Italian brand CP Company. I got those two mixed up. Basically, they are releasing this capsule collection with, like we were saying before, the apparel as well as shoes seems to be a bit of a theme as we come into the end of the year. And it kind of has been a bit of a theme throughout the entire year, if I'm really honest. But they're releasing, you can see the jacket with this guy here. you can see 6 models of shoes, 6 different shoes. I think you've got 3 colorways of the Spezials, and then a couple of other different types of Spezials. But we'll go through a few of them and let me know what you think of these colorways. So you've got first this blue. It's the Adidas Italia Spezial. So what do you think about these ones? I'm going to quickly run through them. Just get your initial thoughts on them. You've got this one here, which is my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah,
The
I
light
like
blue
those.
Manchester.
Yeah.
You've got the kind of army green one, which not a huge fan of. You've got this one here. It's like the winter boot, the winter version, which clearly doesn't apply to Australia. And then this one's really nice, the Wimberley.
Yeah, I don't mind these. These are nice too.
Those are really nice. And then basically the same shoe, but in a kind of a lighter coffee color. Sorry, darker coffee color, which is really nice. I think the Manchester one is still my favorite one. But, you know, do you feel like Adidas is almost done with these low top, high collab release? I feel like they've got a few more in them. You know, Wales Bonner still released a couple last week, like some really high quality leather ones. I think they're going to need to get inventive, so to speak, when moving these kind of products. They're going to have to try and think of new ways. They can't just release a blue, regular green. So what are your thoughts on these shoes and Adidas as a whole with their models they're releasing?
I think for me, the one thing that I noticed with these pairs from the images is just the quality of the materials. Hey, like even with the current releases that they have, that low top, it's big and it's kind of bringing in more people into the sneaker scene in a sense. Because I like them. Like even the Pharrell's Human Made ones from a while back. I forgot which silhouette that was on, but yeah, just great pairs. So keep bringing them out. People are going to buy. But I know for a lot of sneakerheads, they've had their time and let's move on kind of thing, right? So I don't mind these ones. I actually love seeing the quality of materials on them, on those pictures.
Nice. Yeah, the materials I think that Adidas has is pretty much second to none, to be honest, with some of those kind of full leather pairs. It's definitely one of the hallmarks, so to speak, of Adidas shoes. I mean, I recently got like the Jound Samba pairs, and the suede and the leather on those are just like amazing. The construction of them is great. I know that Nike has had their QC issues sometimes, but I mean, they're such a huge company that sometimes it's hard to get everything perfectly right all the time. But I feel like Adidas just hits most of the time, and they're always going to have their market, and they definitely play into that market with that kind of, I mean, I don't want to say hooligan, but like that soccer kind of low top retro vibe. And CP Company has really done a nice job with these 6 shoes, no matter if they're the winter boot or the Spezial and the Wimberley or the Manchester. They look really awesome. And I mean, I don't think I'll pick them up. Just I've got too many low top Adidas at the moment.
So do I.
Too many, and so I'm probably going to pass on them. But like, I think I said this a couple of podcasts ago, that there's always a shoe for someone, and for someone, this is going to be their favorite shoe of the year. So it's awesome to see, and I think that Adidas is definitely trending in the right direction. Obviously still very far behind Nike, but these collaborations that they're doing with Wales Bonner, CP Company, and all that is definitely putting them in the right direction. Another Adidas sneaker collaboration that we're going to have a chat about with BAPE. So if you don't know who BAPE is, they have made a lot of collaborations or knockoffs. Let's say knockoffs. Over the years, they got into some trouble for those, but these are official collaborations on the Adidas Orketro. So you've got 3 different colorways here. Again, I'll just bang through them, and you can give me your thoughts after I smash through them here. So there's all 3, and then we'll have a look at this one, which is obviously your basic black and white. And then you have your kind of purple plum.
I don't mind that one. That's not too bad.
And then this one's probably my favorite, if I'm honest. The white with the yellow and the green and the blue. It's like a royal blue, which is really nice. I'll go back to the picture of all 3 of them, but they're definitely vibrant. Let's say the star on the side is very BAPE, of course. It's their signature. So let me know, what's your favorite out of these 3, and which one would you prefer to pick up if you could?
If we had a chance, right? If we had a
Yeah.
chance,
Yeah.
the plum one for me, I like that out of the three. I just think that kind of suits my style in a sense, and yeah, pair it with some denims and some dark jeans and whatnot. But yeah, like I like the look of that. The green and yellow one, that's a little bit too crazy for me. That's me saying,
Yeah.
me saying that when I've got the Salehis coming in. It's I
Yeah.
don't know why, but yeah.
I think that's okay because they're these ones are very in your face and it's a little bit like patent leather, I think. So it's going to be shiny. You know, sometimes the shine is what throws people off with those sort of shoes with that sort of leather.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see if we're going to get them. That's kind of what we do in Australia is we just kind of sit and wait because I see a lot of releases and they're like, oh
Yeah.
only in America or
Yeah.
only in Hong Kong or something like that.
That's
So
right.
we'll see. I probably won't pick any of them up if I'm honest. I'd just the Orketro. It's a little bit too big and bulky for me. Like I have long, lanky legs,
Yeah.
and I kind of prefer shoes that are a little bit more on the slimmer side. So, but no, these are definitely awesome, and it's exciting to see more stuff that BAPE's doing. I definitely enjoy what they've done over the years, whether it be cheeky, whether it be legal or not. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's super exciting. Any do you have any releases that you have been interested in lately? Anything that you've been on your radar or anything like that?
So this is the hardest thing, right? Like at the start of the year, I'll have a list based
Mm-hmm.
on what I see previous years. But then as soon as it hits the second half of the year, it's
Mm-hmm.
all out the window and it's just releases left, right, and center. And yeah, I kind of just, yeah, like this year I've been more selective in what I buy than I have been in previous years. And I'm actually surprised. I've surprised myself with the number of sneakers I haven't bought.
Mm-hmm.
And sneakers that I did buy, and I thought, you know what, I'm never going to wear those, even though as much as I like them, I might as well just move them on to somebody else, and RA somebody in the group, right? So, look, it's only what we're in November. There's a few weeks left, and I'm sure, like, I'm really hanging out for the BC3s to be honest, and the Fear4s. Those are the two that I'd love to get an opportunity to buy.
Some of the other releases that I haven't quite formed an opinion about yet that I wanted to have a little bit of a chat on is obviously the 860 V2 that Up There released. I picked that one up, did a whole review on them, had a lot of positive feedback about that, a little bit of negative feedback about that because a lot of people don't like the colors.
Yeah.
But there's been a few photos out there of a new colorway, like literally just released. It's like this pink and white and blue color.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one? I know you said you weren't going to pick up any more Up There collabs, but
Yeah.
I know I said that too, but this one's pretty damn nice.
Yeah, I think that second one, I'm so keen for those. Just because I just like the color palettes. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I did mention to somebody that it kind of reminds me of a pair of Asics Jelly 3s that came out about 4 years ago. That was part of the Kodo pack. I was actually wearing that shoe today, so I've got a couple of photos in my Instagram on it. But it reminded me of that, and I love it. I love the pink hues on it. I think more people will go for this one. It's not as loud, but yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, hoping to get it there.
There's yeah, I think that with the the Amine shoes that I just won from Up There, and then obviously the 860 V2s, I'm kind of a little bit tapped out, to be honest. There's going to be a few places that I want to go, like sneaker stores that I want to go to in the before mentioned Philippines trip. So I kind of want to get a few pairs from there just to like, when you travel, you kind of want to get something from where you've gone so that when you bring it home, it reminds you of that place. And I feel like there's some, really cool places that I want to go to in Manila that I've seen that I want to try and pick up something and bring them home. So I'll probably save a little bit for that. I mean, in saying that, if I see them just sitting there, if they don't sell out, which I think they will, like they'll probably raffle them.
Yeah, I reckon they'll sell out.
Yeah. They released again on the New Balance website, and I think they sold out, within like an hour, which is probably longer than I thought. I'm talking about the previous 860 V2. So, and Australia only, which was pretty nice. I did see a fair few Americans get pretty annoyed at that. I posted like a photo of, this is a great New Balance lineup. It was like all the new releases, and the Up There one was there, and they were like, what, this is rubbish. They were like super pissed off that was a thing, and I was like, well, now you know how we feel sometimes.
Yeah, how good, right?
Yeah So that was nice. So thank you so much to everyone for watching. Go check out Emmanuel's Instagram. It's just down below. He posts some really cool photos and has some cool descriptions, and basically is one of the most prolific, I would say, photographers of sneakers that I've seen in Australia. You just basically post a photo almost every day, and I would struggle to post a photo like that every day with that kind of high quality. So go and check out his Instagram just down below. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and watched the videos. We're super close to 1,000 subscribers, so I'm super excited about that. If you feel like subscribing, hit the link down below. We'll check out another episode in a little while. Anything else you want to say as we go, man?
No, man, thank you for having me again. I appreciate that, and I'm flattered with the compliments of my Instagram account. But yeah, I'd love a follow, guys. So yeah, I'm going to continue to support you, and we're doing what you're doing. You're doing your thing. So yeah, thank you again.
No worries. Thank you so much, everybody. You have a good day.